I am live now. For some reason, that was not working for a second. I was like, oh no, I'm not going to be able to go live tonight. So, I hope you guys are doing well. It is definitely 2021, 2020 on steroids, I guess. It's been quite the crazy year, and we're only 7 days in. Woo! Gotta stay positive. Super excited about the live. Hey, Holly. See if we can get Chelsea on. You guys have probably seen her on because she's my wife, so you guys should all know who she is. But I hope you guys are finding ways to stay positive through all of this craziness that's happening. I feel like we are close to the end of this craziness. I think that we are getting there. Let's see if I can get Chelsea on. And I'm seeing a lot of people pop up from all over the world right now. Thank you so much for watching. I know it's kind of crazy to watch what's going on in the United States right now. There you
Hello.
are. Hello, how are you?
I'm doing amazing. How are you? My husband.
I'm doing great. The day is over, so I get to go home after this live.
Awesome. It's a beautiful day. It's been beautiful. A little cold, but it's really
Yeah.
pretty outside.
I mean, it's perfect because like I've got this cute sweater that like took forever to come in the mail. So like
That
a
is
little
really,
bit cold outside is okay.
that's super cute. I think that's like the best thing about winter is like wearing cute like winter clothes. Because I
Exactly.
actually have a fashion degree, so that's kind of my thing. But
Exactly. You've got to show that off. And I actually dated someone for a while, and his favorite season was winter just because he had like 1,000 different like cute sweaters. Unfortunately, he was a little
right.
smaller than I was, so I never got to borrow any of them. Had to buy my own.
That's okay. Honestly, sometimes it's good to just have your own styles and stuff. So I'm rocking my own style right now.
Love it.
Own style going on, plus a little bit of somebody else's that they made for me. So,
That is really cool. I like that a lot.
yeah,
My nephew would probably tell you that you're like Spider Woman with those pants on.
that's so cute. Well, it's better than hearing I've got holes in my britches, like my grandpa told me.
My sister always talks about like how older people like point out and say, "Oh, something happened to your pants. I hope you didn't
Right.
buy them that way."
It's so funny every time. Like they get so upset. They're just like, Chelsea, where's your clothes? I'm like, what? These are clothes, granddaddy. It's so funny. But
Awesome. Well, I will kind of let you introduce yourself so people know who you are and you can kind of introduce your brand and all of that stuff if you'd like.
yeah, for sure. Well, first off, thanks for having me, Ben. You're awesome.
Yeah, no
I mean,
problem.
of course, you needed to have your wife on the show, like duh.
Exactly.
Got to introduce her. But anyways, my name's Chelsea Cahoon. Everybody, nice to meet y'all. I actually live only about an hour from Ben. We didn't know that until recently when I met him at a shoot and we became bride and groom. So what we're saying there is we both model, and we were at a bridal shoot together and fell in love, and that's just what happened. The rest is history. He's my prince, Philip, and I'm Aurora. We've decided that. So,
Exactly.
but I'm known as the sober raver in the music community. And yeah, why am I a sober raver? Well, I've actually never had anything in my life, and it's kind of crazy. And you might think I'm psycho, but water is enough for me. Like I can get high on water and music. And behind me is my favorite band, Blink 182. So, because I'm so passionate about music, I wanted to incorporate it into a company. So, I started my own brand, which is called Music is the Drug. And the mission of this company is to show the world that whether you use substances or not, music is the ultimate drug, medicine, healing power that unites every single one of us. And as you can tell, I'm on fire for this mission. I'm on fire for this brand because I know that it has so much potential to just reach a lot of people and like help them out. I mean, what keeps me going is getting messages from people saying your brand is helping me, it's helped me, it's helped inspire me, like that is why I started this. And I'm just so stoked for this year because there's already opportunities coming for the brand. And I'm just like, this is awesome. So hope you guys like it. I do have a store. It's called musicisthedrug.us. So if you want to get your own hoodie, this is a cropped hoodie, but we have hoodies, t-shirts, everything. So definitely check it out and join our mission. We're about to take over.
Yeah, I don't know if you watched yesterday's live that I did with Julian, but he was talking to me about like some of the things that I do to kind of boost my self-confidence and like boost like my happiness. And I was talking about like music is honestly like the thing that I do. Like no matter what mood I need to be in, there's a song out there for me to like get into that mood. But he was actually telling me that Blink 182 is like one of his like go-to bands to listen to, and I was like,
Oh my God.
Chelsea loves them.
Yes, I'm obsessed. I like when I say I'm obsessed, like this does not even cut it. Like I have freaking bags right here, like I have pillows. Like I'm a super fan of Blink 182 and also Angels and Airwaves, which is one of the members from that band's band. I love it. And you know, I'm so passionate about it that I needed something to put all this energy into. And that's why I have this company because I'm like, check me out. Like, this is what we're doing. Like, music is badass. Love it.
So to jump into like the topic of moving on and self-love, like I think that you and I like that's kind of where we connected when we kind of met at the shoot was just like kind of talking about like overcoming like heartbreak, overcoming like things that might have been failures that you kind of learn from, and then learning how to like self-love. Because I know that one of the things I noticed was back in the day when I would go through heartbreak and breakups was afterwards I spent a lot of time really just destroying myself. Like I would just pick myself apart because I was like, something must be wrong with me. That's why this person left me. Whereas now I feel like when things kind of go their different ways, I'm more of like, you know what? Like, we just weren't meant for each other. Like, I'm an
Right.
awesome person. That person's an awesome person. We just aren't awesome together.
Right.
And I think that it's important to get to that point because the first like scenario, that was horrible. Like, it took me months to like love myself again after a breakup. Whereas now, like, a breakup happens and it hurts, but like I don't lose my self-worth in the breakup.
Right. No, that's amazing. How old were you when you experienced that?
I mean, my first real like so I had girlfriends in high school, but it's different when you actually are gay and you fall in love for the
Right.
first time in a gay relationship. So my first real heartbreak was in 2009,
Me
and I
too.
was we're twins.
We're serious. God, we were both struggling that year.
But I feel like that was just like, because that was like a breakup where we broke up, got back together, broke up, got back together, broke up, got back together, mainly because my self worth was attached to that relationship. And without it, I just felt worthless. And now when I think about like my most recent breakup, like we do still talk as friends. We did understand the circumstances of why we didn't work out. And it's very different when your self worth doesn't attach itself to the person that walks out of your life.
Right. No, I love that. That's so freaking true. And I mean, you like as you grow older, you just learn to deal with it better. I mean, when I was like you were saying, like 2009, I didn't think I was gonna make it. I was like, my heart literally, I feel it crumbling in my chest cavity. Like, am I gonna die? Like, am I gonna actually just die from this guy? Like, and it's like, he's not even great, Chelsea. What are you doing? But like, I was 16, you know, and I'll be honest on here. I'm a very honest person about what I've been through. He took my virginity, and that meant a lot to me. And for him to just take it and like be like, oh, well, I'm going to college, like, you know, that was like dagger. I'm like, innocent little Chelsea gave this huge part of her life to him, and that molded me. That summer changed my life forever. And after that, I just built this like immunity of just strength. And I mean, what sucks is that that same year, his best friend did the same thing to me. Literally just used me for sex. And after that, I got into a long-term relationship with somebody for over 2 years, and it was a good relationship. But like you were saying, we were both good people, but we weren't meant for each other, and I wasn't in love with him, so I had to get out of that. And unfortunately, ever since then, it's been terrible luck. But I have grown so much. Like especially in the last year, like I literally met you. When was it, like 2 months ago? So back in August is when my last relationship ended. It was from January to August, and it was actually my first adult, like in my 20s, like late 20s relationship, because I had been single for 8 years. Well, 7 years. I don't even remember at this point. You lose count after five. You lose count after five.
Yeah.
Pretty much since like 2012. Yeah. So 8 years, I guess. And it was so toxic. It was so terrible. And like, I thought this guy was going to be good for me because we're both in the music industry and like, oh, we can be a power couple. But like, I'm an empath. I feel things so deeply, and he's a total narcissist. So it's like, that's not gonna work. Like
Yeah.
it's like literally yin and yang, day and night. What is it? Oil and water. Like it was just. I was so depressed. I lost 11 pounds, which I'm a tiny little thing. Like
Yeah, I
you
was gonna
really,
say,
you
for
can't
you,
really.
that's a lot of weight.
Yeah, for a little girl like me, it's a lot. And over the past like 6 months, I have truly transformed into just like this Wonder Woman. Everybody's calling me Wonder Woman on TikTok. They're like, you kind of look like the new Wonder Woman. I'm like, no, I don't, but okay, I'll take it. So guess what? I'm freaking Wonder Woman. I am ready to tackle this year with all the strength that I've gained from the pain of that relationship. Because I think the saddest part is when you feel your heart breaking in the relationship. When you know, there was like moments where I'm like, this is not gonna work, and like it literally broke me to the core when I realized like this is so bad. So I think that was the worst part. And when we ended, it hurt, but like it was so good because I'm like, it was like a release from the chains.
Yeah.
So I'm a whole glowed up woman right now. Like I'm so ready to tackle this year. Like no toxicity is getting in my way this year. It's our year,
Yeah.
Ben.
I almost feel like, because my first name is Ben, and of course with my social media I go by my middle name, and then switching name, last name, just put culture as the second part of my like handle. I feel like I've almost created like a persona of who I want it to be, because with my past relationships, I always defined myself with my relationships. So when relationships would end, like half of me would disappear. And it was almost like I had to rebuild myself. Like you were talking about losing weight. Like after one of my relationships, which was like one of my biggest heartbreaks, like I lost 18 pounds in 2 weeks. I ended up in the hospital. I passed out at work. We had to shut down the location I was working at because I was the manager, and the associate had to take me to the hospital.
Oh my
And
God.
like my friends would force feed me, like they showed up at my house and force fed me. And it's so crazy to compare that type of heartbreak to what I've gone through here recently, just because I feel like when I'm with someone, it's not I'm trying to add them to my life to add happiness. Like they're coming into my life because I'm a full person and I want them to be a full person. And together we can have an awesome life if we'd like, if we go well together. If not, like they can leave and I'm still my full person. And like Drummond culture didn't disappear when the relationship ended. I continued to do what I was doing. I was able to still keep my lives going. I was able to keep my YouTube and business going. I was still able to do my leadership training without like plummeting and falling. And being in that position, like it's definitely really important to realize that no one is there to complete you. You've got to find that completeness with yourself,
Yeah.
because I feel like if you attach yourself to someone in that way, like you have a missing part and you fill them there, lots of bad things are going to happen in that relationship because you need them there to feel complete. Whereas if you feel complete before they're there, like if they're shitty, like you're like, get out of my life. Like
Yeah.
I don't have time for you. But if they're completing a part of you that's empty, you will hold on to the shittiest person just because you don't want to feel that emptiness again when they walk out.
I'm just like yes, like in my head, yes, 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 yes. Amen. Oh my gosh, no, it's so true. That's why, like, yeah, when we were younger, like we kind of like we're like, this is it. I found the other half to complete me. And when, we lost him, it's like, oh my God, I'm like my half my body's gone, like I'm gonna die, like I'm actually gonna die. But like we've just grown so much, and it's like now you're not gonna make me happy because guess what? I am happy on my own. We create our own happiness. You are only gonna add value, or you're gonna add not value, and you're going to try to make my life worse, but I'm going to get rid of you before you do that. So
Yeah.
amen. And that's a whole other thing too, what I'm saying there. Like if you're in the relationship and you feel like there's more cons than pros, like it's most likely not going to change. It's just, if you're seeing there's like for example, my last relationship, there was red flags on the first day. Like on the first day he pulled me away from my friend group, and I was just like, why can't we all like hang? It's like he wanted me to himself, and I was like, my friend, my one friend was like, I don't like him. I'm like, calm down, like he's fine. And then just little signs, like my great grandfather passed away, and he just wasn't really there for me. For like he was there, but like he was like, everybody dies, like it'll be fine. Like it's just like little things in the beginning that like I should have seen, because I'm a very nurturing person. So like I love to just like be there for people. And like, I don't know, I feel like when you're somebody like that, you kind of want somebody else like that in your life. It's hard to have somebody that's like the opposite. I mean, sometimes people like it, but for me, it's like I need somebody that's kind of on my same wavelength with that. But that's what all the like, what is that? Love languages and stuff is about. Do you know what yours are?
Yes. So I am most definitely communication. Like if there's like feelings like something's not right, I have to communicate it out. And also like I need someone to be able to say like, I love you, I miss you, I think about you. Because if that's not there, like for me, like I start to feel like I'm not loved. This person
Yeah.
doesn't love me. Um, and I can sense the other ones. So like for me, like physical touch, that like you don't necessarily have to say I love you if you can touch me and let me know that you love me. But for me, like the long distance kind of put that into our relationship, and that the touch disappeared and like the communication wasn't clear. And I started to kind of feel like I'm like, oh no, I feel unloved.
Right.
So
No, I agree.
communication, I think, is key when even if you have different love languages. So like if you have a different one than me, like you have to be able to communicate that, hey, I'm a gift giver. So when I give you a gift, that's me showing you I love you. But if you don't communicate that with me, then I'm sitting here like I'm not loved.
Right. No, I'm the same. Like, again, like my last one, he told me that he showed his affection through touch, but he wasn't a words of affirmation person at all. I'm like, I was like, this ain't gonna work. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I need the words of affirmation myself, because it makes us feel good. It's like we get all these compliments on social media and stuff, but we want to hear it from that one person
Oh my
who means
gosh,
the most
yes.
to us. Do you feel me there? Yeah.
Like so many, I feel like so many people, like it's crazy how lonely you can feel even though you are being complimented by thousands of people on a daily basis. And I don't think people realize that like it's great to have that. Like it definitely builds your confidence up. But when you are like when you really are just feeling lonely and you need that connection, you scroll through those thousands of comments to look for that one person. Like I will scroll
Yes.
through, like if I get 12,000 likes on a picture, I will literally scroll through and try to find that one person. I'm just like, did he see it? Did he like it?
Right.
And
Right.
it's just like that one person, it's just like that special feeling that you get knowing that that one person thought of you or saw something that you posted. Because I mean the things that I post, like I do it because I want to spread positivity, love, and happiness, but I also want my partner to be there to celebrate those moments with me.
100,000%. Like, and I don't know if you do this too, but like I watch my stories. Like if I have a crush on somebody or something, I watch my stories to see who saw it. Like, you like want to see if they saw your story, and if they didn't, your day is kind of like, oh well, maybe they don't care. Like we start to get in our head. I mean, it's anxiety. I've struggled with anxiety my whole life, and I've actually been super good lately. I've been learning how to manage it, and music helps me so much, and just prayer, meditation, just all that stuff. But yeah, no, it's like if that one person doesn't like something or comment, it's like, well, that kind of sucks. Like, it's
Yeah.
just like, oh well. But then like if you see that they like a lot, your whole day's just like, oh my god, like you're just all giddy, and it's like it's just the best feeling ever. Like, and that's what I always wanted with my last relationship. I just wanted to feel loved and to feel appreciated, and that's why I kept. My cat is trying to tear my door apart. One, let me let him out of my room. You are such an annoying boy. You're just like my freaking ex. Oh my god, get out.
I feel like the nice thing though, like honestly, like since you and I have met each other, like one thing that I have really like appreciated about you is just like I know that you are so similar to me in the sense that you know what it feels like to when you post something new that like someone you care about actually acknowledges that it exists. And like since like you and I like met, like when I post something, like you're like one of the first people to comment and I see it every single time. And I'm just like, oh, she liked my post, and like that makes you feel special. And like the same thing with like Holly, since like she started like messaging me, like when I see you guys in my inbox, like it makes me feel special. And like that's what I want to feel with like a partner as well. And I'm just like I don't feel like it's that hard to just like I don't start bugging them when they don't like stuff, but I just like to communicate and say, just to let you know, like a simple like double tap on my picture like really does make a huge difference. It does make me like feel special.
Right. No, that's so true. And first off, let me just say, I feel the same way about you. When I see a message from me, I'm like, oh my God, it's my husband. Like, but like, that's what I say to Holly too. It's like the love that we all have for each other. It's like, what is that even like with a person? Cause I mean, I know you've probably had that, but like, I've never truly been in love. Like, I'm 28, and like, I can honestly say, like, I've had like relationships and stuff, but like, I've never felt that mutual love with me and another male. Like, it's just not happened yet in my life. And that's okay. Like, I've realized like that's totally okay, because God has put me on this path for a reason, and it's going to all happen when it's supposed to. And like you were saying earlier, we create our own happiness. You know, you see me on here, the way I am on social media is how I am in real life. Like, I just have a zest for life, and helping other people, making other people smile is like what brings me joy and happiness. So that's what I'm going to keep doing. And when God wants to put that person in my life, like he will. But until then, just thriving, that's what we got to do, and hopefully inspire people along the way, which I know you definitely are.
Yeah, I feel like when it comes to like social media and when you are like when you discover like self-love, when you discover the energy and power that brings into your life and you try to share it with the world, I feel like you sometimes also have to deal with the people who want to bring you down. Like they see your happiness, they see you posting pictures where you're just like feeling yourself. Like you post it and you're just like, I look hot. And then you've got those people that are just like, I have to tear that person down. And I've had it, like Julie and I kind of talked about it a little bit yesterday, but like there are people out there that see that energy and they want to tear it down. Whereas like once you tap into that, you just want to share it with the world. And it's just like I scroll through Instagram and I literally everyone I've done lives with, everyone that I love so much, like I am their biggest fan. Like I'm going to show them all the love in the world because when you know someone personally and they're like feeding you all of that, like it does feel special. And I think that a lot of people forget the power that they have to make someone else feel special.
Yes, 100%. And I feel the same way as you. It's like since we've met, like we've been just our biggest cheerleaders, and it's awesome to just, bounce that like positivity off of each other, because I don't know. There's some people out there that aren't like us, that are just, I don't know. We have to be a light. We have to continue doing this and like trying to spread love to other people, because you never know, it could rub off on them and they might want to start doing that, because there's quiet people on social media, but you can inspire anybody, even somebody that is negative. I mean, people have the power to change their hearts. So yeah, no, I'm the same way, and I love boosting my friends up. Like, I have a really tight knit circle. Shout out to Holly and Allison on here that's blowing up the comments. Like, what the heck, dude? Like, those are my girls right there. Like, they're always here for me, and it's like it's really important. And this is what I tell people all the time. It is super important to have good, solid people in your life that are going to be there for you. because who you surround yourself with is who you kind of like mold your own life into. I don't know, like they're both super positive, like good people, and like we all just boost each other up every single day, you know? It's just really good to have that. And even if you have people on social media that you've never met, it's good to have people you can just like reach out to. So,
Yeah. And I mean, there are definitely people that are on my social media platforms that I see every single time I post something. Like I see the love that they share. And like once I start to like see a name pop up all the time on my pictures, like I do feel like I've got like a special connection with them. Like we haven't face to face met. For a while after my lives, I was starting to like do private calls with people that I saw in my comments. I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna give them a ring and see how they're doing and just like appreciate and show them the love that they've been showing me, because it does mean a lot. Like sitting here saying like I scroll through and don't care about thousands of comments, like I still do appreciate them, and I know that behind every comment, behind every like, there's a person, which I really appreciate that those people are out there. But like when it comes to like my self-love, I don't base it off of numbers. I don't base it off of comments. My self love is something that I've given myself as a gift, and I try to share that with the world. I try to like get other people to see that, like, hey, like, look in the mirror and figure out why you don't love yourself and heal that. Because, like, once you experience self love, like, the hate comments really do start to roll off your shoulders. And honestly, it's funny because because I do life coaching, I talk to people who look at cheerleaders, who look at models, who look at actors, actresses, jocks, and they've got this extremely negative opinion about them as people. And I'm just like, maybe you need to adjust your like view of these people, because they've talked to me about some people I have amazing relationships with, and they're just like, oh, they're stuck up. And I'm like, to me, they've been great people. I think that you have to find the energy level, and negative people, if you look at other people and you just go, oh, they think they're better than me, you're not going to connect with them on a level. But most of my friends that I've connected with, it's because I've found self love, and I connect with them because I can feel it in them, and I'm like, they have it too. And that's how we connect on a level. It's not all the pretty people hang out with each
right.
other. Because there's lots of pretty people out there that don't have self-love, and they are really negative people to be around. And I was just like, nope, can't be that way. Like that was one of the nice things about the shoot that you and I met at. Like I just felt like everyone there had so much self-love, and I just fell in love with like everybody there. I was just like, I want everyone to like do this like every week.
Right.
Can we get married every week?
No. No, that was definitely an amazing day. And like you said, like it's kind of rare sometimes to have that. Like all the people there were just vibing off each other, and like it was really positive. It was one of the last shoots I did, I think, last year, and it was just a great way to like wrap up my year with that. But yeah, I mean, there's a ton of people out there that have a pretty face, but they might have the worst personality. You know, it doesn't matter. Like this is not what's important. It's right here, 100%. Like if you don't have a good heart and a good soul for the world, like I just pray for you, honestly, because it's sad. It's like it's sad when people are so negative about themselves. And I think that's like one of the things about, again, my past relationship. I don't think he loves himself. So it's like, if you can't love yourself, how are you going to love anybody else, you know? I said that in a pageant one time. I did a pageant when I was younger, and I was like, I don't even know, it was something like that. It was like, if you don't love yourself, you're not going to love anyone. I don't know, I didn't win. I didn't win, but
Because it's an industry. They don't want you to self-love yourself, because then you
they,
won't buy all their expensive products to make
right.
you love yourself.
Yeah, pageants were definitely not my thing at all, but it did help me with my anxiety on stage. So that was cool. And fashion shows. I did like 11 fashion shows in college, and that really helped me like overcome my fear of people. And, you know, like you said, the negative stuff too. Like I was on TikTok. So my last TikTok I did is like viral on there right now. It's got almost 500,000 views. So crazy. And like there's a million good comments, but there was like one that was like butterface, and I'm like, wow, that's so cool. You should go tell all the photographers I shot with last year, honey, take a picture of that. Yeah,
Yeah.
1 out of 1 zillion though. It's like that's just usually how it is. Like we don't get a lot of hate because we are spreading positivity, but the people that actually hate on that, they have a self love issue. They are projecting their own hate for themselves onto us because what are we doing wrong? We're literally putting out good vibes. So it's like, if you're going to hate on that, you have a personal issue, dude, you know?
Yeah. I
So,
feel like since I switched my like message to positivity, love, and happiness and acceptance, like it's really hard for anyone to attack my message with anything that's going to get anyone to jump on board with them versus people being on board with my message. And it is like you will never see someone who loves themselves do that to someone else. Like people who love themselves do not attack other people. Like,
right. Yeah, no matter what. I mean, like you said too, like the modeling thing, I've gotten some hate from people. They're like, oh, you don't like this one girl got on my account the other day and like I was wearing a crop top just like this one right here, crop top, and I had on bathing suit bottoms in my video. This one girl was like, you really need to like stand up for women not being objectified by men and like you need to not wear that. And I was like, honey, I can wear what I want. I'm a confident woman and I was in an abusive relationship. If I want to wear this, I'm gonna shine. And I was like, take care. I pray for you. She's like, oh my God, I didn't know you were in that. I'm like, regardless if I was in a relationship or not, like, what is wrong with a woman showing her sexuality? Like, I was literally wearing my pasta is the drug shirt. Like, it ain't like I was naked. Like, I don't know. Even if I was naked, girl, like, it's not your problem. Like,
yeah,
anyone can do whatever they want. And, like, people are going to objectify you, but you can't care. Like, you just can't worry about what people think. Like, stand up for yourself, but, like, also don't care about it. Like, there's a ton of comments on that TikTok right now. I'm never going to reply to them because I don't care. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Most of them are positive though. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. But like, I just, yeah, we just got to keep shining. That's what we just do no matter what is shine bright. I'm about to make a shirt that says grow and glow. And that's going to be like my mission for this year. Like that's my whole
I
motto
love
for this
that.
year. Grow and glow. Like let's freaking go. Make a
We
rap.
2020 definitely needs some growing and glowing for sure because if we have a repeat of last year, like that's not going to be good for this world in general.
Oh my God.
Like
No.
I don't think people realize like a lot of times they see pictures of self-confident people and they see like the stuff that we put out there and it's because we want the message to be like, hey, like we have gone through some crap and here we are. But that doesn't mean that we don't get slapped with crap on a regular basis still. It's just we've trained our minds to take it a lot differently. Like I think there's definitely a way to shift your focus one way or the other. And we've found a way to keep ourselves over here more. But that
Right.
doesn't mean that life isn't going to hit us hard. I've definitely experienced comments where people are like, you don't deserve the success you have. You don't deserve this. You're not that attractive. You're not. I'm like, I'm not doing this to be called attractive. I'm not doing this. I'm doing this because I want to share the message that I've found out that loving myself when I wake up in the morning, I'm happy. Like I wake up and I'm excited about what I'm going to be doing with my YouTube stuff, with my Instagram stuff. I'm just excited about life and I haven't always been here. Like I haven't been this way and I want to share that with people. I'm like, hey, like self-love is crazy. Moving on is healthy. Like, yes, when someone is a part of your life for a long period of time, even if you love yourself fully, it still hurts. Like, there's definitely been times where like I got like this year has been or 2020 was a really successful year for me. And I really wanted to share those exciting moments with the person that I was with, but they're not in my life anymore. So I had to learn to share it with my friends and share it with the people that are in my life and not focus on that. And it's all about finding that moment and sharing it with the world and letting people know like, hey, like it does get better. Like don't sit
Yeah.
there and mope too long about the guy who broke your heart because like guess what, there's going to be someone out there that's going to see you shining the way that you are shining now and they're going to be like, I want to step my game up so that I am worthy of that person's shine. Like you don't need to have someone in your life that pulls you down to make you less shiny because they refuse to shine and step up their game.
Amen. And that is why I wear this ring because we are kings and queens, baby, and ain't nobody taking this from me. Yes, I got this from Claire's, but guess what? Symbolism, the symbolism is what matters. We are freaking born to shine, and I will be damned if a freaking clown thinks that he's gonna come in my castle and take me off the throne. Honey, you're a jester. I'm throwing you to the moat with the gators. Congratulations. Way to sneak in through the back door. Like,
Oh
no.
gosh, that's great.
We know
We
what
were
we deserve, and that's what's important. We know our worth. We know what we deserve, and we know that we've settled for less. And you know, those people, though, thank you. Like, I have to say thank you because you have helped mold us and build us. And like, no, you didn't actually make me stronger, but like, you inspired me to want to grow. And I thank you for that. Like, the wounds you've given me, like, they're all healed up, and I'm just ready to show the world what a healed woman. Like, I am just like on fire right now. And some days it's harder than others. Not every day I'm going to wake up feeling so fired for life. Like, there's some days I wake up and I'm like, what am I doing in my life? Why am I single? Like, I didn't expect to be here in my life. But then I just remember in those moments, like, I don't let myself suck anymore. I don't like let myself just stay in that position. I snap out of it really quick now because I've taught myself like that that's not healthy, and like it's not right, and it's like demons in my head. So it's like I train myself to like realize those things and those thoughts are not right. So I snap out of it much quicker than I would have like last summer. And I'm like, no, like, we're about to kill this year. Like, let's go. Like, Chelsea, come on now, get up, eat your spaghetti, and plan for the year. Like, me and Holly are going to Mexico next month. Like, we got plans to do, and we're not letting a person or an event or anything from our past stop us. We're only going to let those things leverage us. Like, it's like a bump in the path, and we're going to step on top of that bump, and we're going to take off. We're going to fly off the top of it. Like, thank you for the step up. We needed that. So, yeah, I'm just like, I've never been more like on fire in my life to just grow. And I've never had such a self love for myself. And if anything, I'm not going to completely crap on my last relationship. He was there for me in certain moments. And I do have to say that, like, I was definitely not like, I had a little bit of a confidence, like, I don't know how you say it. Like, my confidence wasn't as high as it could have been because COVID really like killed my hopes and dreams for a second, because I had plans to go to all these music festivals, bend at these events, just like do so much last year. And like when COVID happened, it kind of just ruined all that. And I was like, what am I doing in my life? And I think I sought validation from him so much that I just kind of lost track of like my own self love. But like at the same time, he didn't give me what I needed at all emotionally, and he sucks. He's so 2020. See ya.
Oh
Never.
gosh. Yeah, I there have definitely been times, and like you were talking about how like you've got an amazing support group, and I think that that's one thing that I realized because I was the type of person that I kept people in my life because I felt like I was a horrible person if I kicked people out. But once I started kicking people out that weren't rising to the level of energy that I wanted, like those spots became open for more people that are at my energy level to come in and boost me up even higher. And honestly, like part of self love is getting yourself into the environment that you deserve to be in, because successful people don't hang out with non-successful people. They don't hang out with lazy people. People who love themselves and are trying to move forward in life don't hang out with people who are couch potatoes that sit at home and do nothing. Like, you surround yourself with people that, like, when you come up with an idea, when you like put out a t-shirt, like those are the people that are just like, I want one, I want it in every like color, I want to support you, I'm going to share. Because there's so many things that you can do that don't require any energy at all. Like we were talking about, leaving comments, liking posts, sharing people's like success across your platforms. It's not like we're asking you to like pay us money. Like, share
Right.
something. It's really easy to say, oh my god, I love this creator, I'm going to share them on my story. And when you surround yourself with people like that, like they just pull you up and you pull them up right along with you. So it's just like, it's not hard. And
It's
some
not.
people really they almost make you think that you're crazy for wanting love and support from them. It's just like, you
Yeah.
should never feel crazy for that.
It is really so simple. Like me and Holly and my other best friend Kenneth, we have um like a group on here, and I always send my posts to them because the algorithm now is sending posts and saving them. That's how things get seen. Apparently, it's weird. So they're always sending my posts. They're always sharing or bookmarking them. And it's like that little thing. It means so much because it's like they truly do care, you know? And it's really just good to have people like that, you know? It's really rare to have that because my whole life I've struggled with finding a good set of friend groups. I've lost a ton of friends just because people don't understand my lifestyle. They judge me. Like, you know, like I'm sure you've been through the same thing.
Closed-minded small towns don't understand. Like if you lived in LA, you'd be surrounded by 1,000 people that are doing very similar things. But then there you get super competitive, judgy people. But in smaller towns, like they see that you've got a large platform and they judge you for that. And
Oh, yeah.
there, I've had so many people. I mean, even on dates, like I've had people almost talk to me as if like I'm a child because I have a platform. And I was just like, hey, like companies are literally paying me
Yeah.
to put a shirt on or just put a picture with their product in here. Like I'm perfectly okay with doing this.
Yeah.
And it is not easy work to promote yourself online. This is not just post one video and you have success. Like it is, even if you get success with that one video, getting it again, it's
Right.
work. You have to educate yourself and it's a completely new line of work. This world is new. Like it is not our grandparents, our parents' world. It's our world and we're navigating through it. And the people who are being judgmental and like throwing out hate, it's just because they don't understand that this is something that we're passionate about and we're taking our passion and turning it into a career for ourselves.
Yeah. Amen to that. Like the people that are hating on us, I mean, what Holly said right there, they're jealous. I mean, I hate to say that, but like, why else? Why else would you hate? Like, if a company's going to send me a shirt to wear, like, I got reached out today, a company that's promoting mental health. Hey, would you want to wear a shirt? Sure, let's do it. What is so wrong about that? Like, why are you so mad about it? Like, it's crazy, but I mean, it's just because people are jealous, Ben, because me and you have built a platform for ourselves, and it sucks because it's like we're such positive people. We want the best for everybody. It's not like we're just doing this to like for our looks or for whatever, you know. We're literally trying to help other people. So I think just continuing, honestly, this is what I say every day, continuing to just live genuinely like our truest selves is what's going to make us like continue to flourish. But we're not putting on a facade. This is what you get. This is what you get. No filters. This is us. I've never seen that show. I just um but yeah, this is what you get. This is us, and if you don't like it, then there's an unfollow button. But you're going to miss a lot of laughs and good times, and that's your loss, you know. But yeah, you just can't let the people like that get to us because if we do, we're gonna spend our whole lives just worried about it. I mean, today, like I said, that comment on TikTok, I was like, wait a second, that don't matter. I don't care. Like, I was mad for like literally 0.01 second. Like it wasn't even a thing.
Yeah,
So
I
it's
mean,
cool.
I've had people send me like really hateful messages in my inbox, and I've read them, and then I read them like minutes before I'm about to go live, where my lives are called positive talks, and like my brain, I'm just like sitting there, I'm like, that was really hateful, and there have been so many times where I've told my friends, I was like, I don't know if I want to keep doing this like social media thing, like I feel like it's not achieving all the goals that I want to achieve in life. And then like I'm instantly reminded like it is an awesome thing to do. This is something that so many people want to do, and I have been lucky enough to be blessed with a social media following that shows so much love and support. And honestly, like the message that they are helping me spread, like I learn every day from the people that message me. And like one of my friends actually sent me a message after I said I was deleting it all. And they're like, I think God gave you a voice and a heart to share your light with the world. And you don't get to throw that away. Like, God gave you a gift, and God doesn't give people gifts to throw away. And like, I literally started crying, and I was just like, oh my gosh, like, it's so nice to hear someone say that all this hard work, because it's not easy being positive all the time and putting yourself out there to be criticized by all the haters that don't have self-love. But like to hear someone tell, and people come on all the time, and I love so many people and all the support that I've gotten from people, because sometimes those hateful messages, it just, it really gets in your head and you're just like, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Because but like when you get messages like that, like telling you that your heart, because your heart is like a gift, like to be compassionate and loving, like when someone recognizes that and tells you like keep doing what you're doing, you are changing lives, like it all like all the hate dissolves, and you're just like, you know what, let's turn on that music and go back out there and kick some butt, because like it is worth it. You are making a difference. And like I've said, like if my post touches one person, convinces one person to get up and do something with their life, or get up and live one more day, or try one more day, like it is completely worth it. Like it's worth it all in the end, because at the end of the day, like that hate doesn't knock me down to the point where I'm going to give up. And if my words can inspire someone to go out there and live their dream, it's worth it.
Amen. And yeah, it's like I said, it's so crazy that one little comment can be like a dagger and make us question our entire existence. It's like, am I supposed to be doing this? This person said I'm whatever. But it's like, dude, look at your inbox. Look at these messages. You're literally helping people change their lives. Like, can you just not focus on that one little thing? It's literally like, I'm trying to even find a comparison. Just, I guess, a piece of dumpster trash and a pile of roses. You know, it's like, why are we going to find that one thing? But it's like we just want to find that, because it's like it's the difference. It's kind of like when we are looking for our crushes in the comments. Like, you know, it's like we focus on that one little thing, but it's like we just got to stomp that out, throw it out, and surround ourselves with the roses, the one that are gonna be fragrant and smell good, and you know, maybe not smell. That was kind of weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like what is important is to analyze when a comment makes you feel bad, and really just ask yourself, like, why does this comment make me feel bad? Because there are comments that just roll off my shoulder, and then there's some that feel like a knife in my heart. And a lot of times it's because they hit an insecurity that I have, that I have still not healed. And it's really important to take that time to be like, hey, why does this hurt? Let's heal it. Because the more healing that you do, the like, in 2020 was a perfect year for like self-reflection and self-healing. And if you take that time to be like, why does that hurt? And then say, let's dig down to that root and heal this. Because at the end of the day, like self-love is like the most thick armor that cannot be pierced. Like if you heal those, like those pains are the like weakness in your armor. When you heal it, it becomes like this armor that's not penetrable. Like you cannot get through it. And it's so important to notice those moments, like, oh, this made me feel off today. Oh, this hurt. This made me feel this way. Analyze that and figure out why it did that. Because I saw someone in the comments saying like childhood trauma, like childhood trauma was a huge thing for me. And when I got past that, like it was like my armor thickens like 12 different layers. Like I've got diamonds on the outside.
That's amazing. And it's so true. Like, so now this is our phrase. And I'm also going to make, I think I've been inspired, especially by this conversation. I was actually going to do it last year. I'm going to make some merch too that says self-love is the drug. We're doing it because it freaking is. It's like when you feel that, it literally makes you high. It's like, oh my gosh, like my life is amazing and nobody's going to take that from me. Nobody's going to, like right now we're experiencing like this high just on life, like because we know that we're badass freaking human beings and we're doing something for the world, and nobody's going to take that from us ever. You know, we've built a legacy for ourselves. If we died right now, can you imagine how many people would be upset? Like you have to think about that. Do you ever think about that? Sometimes you're like, if I ever died, like who would miss me? Well, we've have so many friends now. It's like, oh my goodness, I know that so many people would be upset if one of us died. So it's like that's how we know we're making a difference. If our
Yeah.
presence was no longer on earth, people would
You've
be
got
really sad.
Beyonce's song that was like, I'm here, or I was here, where she's like, I want to leave a footprint in the sands of time. And I'm just like, I've thought about that before where I'm just like, you know what? Like, because my family's worried about like me being an activist for the LGBT community and equality and Black Lives Matter. They're afraid for my safety because living in rural Virginia, like, there's a lot of people who think very differently.
Yeah. Yes.
And honestly, like, I've thought, like, you know what? If my life was taken for standing up for something I believe in, like, that would create such a ripple effect of a message for, like, I don't want to die, that's for sure. Like, I want to continue this message forever until I
Yes.
die of old age. But, like, I think about all the content that I create. I'm like, I would still leave a positive message on this planet, even if I'm not here. And I think that everyone should strive for that. Like, what message are you leaving behind if you were gone tomorrow? And I hope that everyone that's been in my life, that watches my stuff, they would feel like I left this world in a better place than before I came into it. And I think that's something that we should all strive for.
100%. I think that everyone, so many people just don't even know their potential. They don't even know what the gifts they have are to be able to give to the world. And that's kind of what my mission is in this life, is just to show people, hey, you can do anything you want. I didn't ever think that I was going to be putting out 2 singles. Like, what the heck, dude? But I had one person believe in me and say to me on Snapchat, when I was singing one day on Snapchat, which I never hardly did, you have a beautiful voice. You should do something. I recorded my first song with him actually 2 years ago. I never put that one out. And now I have 2 singles out with different producers. I have always wanted to model since I was a little girl. I'm now doing paid shoots all over the country, and I'm going to be moving to Florida and hopefully sign with the agency. And I started my own company because I was so depressed with my life that I needed something happy to just boost my energy and my mood and my overall health. And here we go. Music is my life, and I had to show the world. And I just try to inspire people to live out your passion and your dreams. What is in your heart? Like, put it out there for the world to see. And when you leave this world, people are going to be like, wow, that was her. That was her passion. Like, music is a drug was her. Like, drum and culture, that was Ben. Like, they're going to remember it forever, and they're going to pass it on, and it's never going to die. Our souls are always going to just be everywhere. It's going to leave a everlasting message. And that's what I really hope to do this year, is expand globally and just get our messages, both of us, out all over the world. And I know it's our year, Ben. It's going to be our year.
We got this. Yeah, I mean, when people talk about like fame and stuff, for me personally, like when I think about growing a following, I think about the fact that I'm going to be able to touch more people with my message. I don't think about, oh, I'm going to be famous. Oh, I'm going to make tons of money. Like, what
Yeah.
I think about is just like, there are kids out there that don't have self love for themselves. And I would love to be so big that I reach into those homes of the conservative families where they're telling their kids that they can't love themselves for being unique and different. I'm like, I want to be that big to where it's impossible for the conservative families to put a like block from their kids to see who I am. And like, I've constantly talked to my friends about like, how can I make a message that teaches self-love and positivity and LGBT stuff without like offending the conservative side of the world to where they are just like, nope, you don't get to see this. Because when YouTube switched over to their new algorithms of LGBT content is not appropriate for young people, so they put like an age restriction on it. My entire channel, except for like, oh, this is what I got for Christmas. Oh, look, I'm dumping food on my head. All my videos were gone for like looking at public libraries, kids couldn't see my content. And like anything that was LGBT just disappeared. And I was just like, oh no, like this message isn't going to get to the people that need to hear it. And because I remember being in closed minded Virginia, growing up in the closet, scared to death of finding out who I was because I didn't want my family to see my search history. I didn't want my family to see that I was trying to hang out with gay people to better understand who I was.
Right.
And I was just like, I want to make sure that generations behind us never have to feel that way.
That's amazing. And I mean, I know exactly where you're from because I'm from a very, very similar, literally right down the road from you. So I get it. You know, we live in such a closed-minded part of the world that doesn't, I mean, some people are accepting here, but like it's very hard to find people that truly are, and it's hard to find a kind of community that you're talking about too. I mean, I can't imagine, you know. So I'm first off really so proud of you for just being your truest self and never giving up on yourself and not caring what anybody thinks and embracing that. You know, look at us. We're two small town kids that are trying to make a difference, and I think it has somewhat to do with where we're from. It's like, well, we want to stand out. We want to be different. We want to show people that we don't have to just conform to where we're from or whatever. I mean, don't get me wrong, like Clifton Forge is a beautiful place, but there are a lot of judgmental people here. And, you know, I've always wanted to break the mold and I've enjoyed being the black sheep, if you will.
Yeah, I
Emo
mean,
black sheep.
when you think about it, like when you look at the map, like you see states go blue, you see them go red, but for the most part, every single state is red. They just have really dense cities. And for me, like, you shouldn't have to move to cities to be unique and be loved for being unique. And I'm hoping that we're able to spread some type of self love out into those communities and just be like, hey, like, I know that you're being picked on for being different, but you know what? Like, I was very picked on and I was very different. And when it comes to the people that I went to school with, like I'm shining right now, whereas they've kind of faded into the background. And like I am loving what I'm doing. I'm following something that I'm passionate about. And I'm meeting people that are just the same. Like you are definitely a light. And all these different people I've done like lives with are like lights that have moved to different parts of the world and are just shining. And I always tell people like don't be afraid to shine and show your true self because if you dull yourself for the world, other lights aren't going to find you. And it is so important to shine and like everyone could be a light, but too many people have turned themselves off because society has told them that it's not good to be different. And I'm like, no, that's not the message. Like the message is do what you love, chase your passions, do whatever you can to get there and like never give up. Like usually when people give up, like their success was right around the corner. Like if they had just held on a little bit longer. And it's so important to surround yourself with other people who understands that because you don't want friends that have dulled their lights because they will convince you that you should do the same. If you surround yourself with people who are still battling, keeping their light burning, like you guys can keep igniting each other whenever like the world starts to dim your light.
Amen to that. Amen to that. I love all of that. It is so true. Like I have a friend named Anna Cabana. I don't know if she's on here, and I don't think she is, but she's just like me, and we push each other every single day. Like that's my girl boss. Like we both have our brands. We're both trying to flourish our brands, and like we boost each other up every day, and it seriously helps so much. And she posts those kind of quotes on her stories all the time, like just like success is right around the corner, but like also success is in the journey too. It's like every single day is a new challenge. It's a small success because you're keeping it up, like just waking up every single day and brushing your hair and brushing your teeth, making sure you eat. Like self-care is a success in itself, especially with people with anxiety and depression. Like winter depression is so real. Like I have it myself, and sometimes just doing the normal daily things is a challenge in itself, and being able to overcome it is enough, especially when you're heartbroken. Oh my gosh, like you can't even eat sometimes. You're just like, I feel like I'm gonna die, like I can't even eat. So being able to just get through every single day is a challenge, is a success. So it's like doing more than that, like you're killing it. Like if you're actually able to like do all your chores, like fulfill all the things, like that is amazing. And I think that like just inspiring people and showing people that like you don't have to go out there and move mountains every single day. Like you're not going to be able to do it every single day. Like you're going to get burnt out. Just
Yeah,
making sure you show up every single day for yourself and you don't let yourself down. That's what's important. But
exactly.
we're all going to have our moments of emo. I'm a I
I
am permanent
I
emo.
I I think that I don't know if you can see it, but it's doing the 30-second countdown. So we've got 30 seconds.
Oh, I can't see
I
it.
I really appreciate you jumping and doing this with me. Hopefully, we can hang out again in person and do some more fun YouTube type stuff. But I'm always open for more lives, and I am so down for promoting your brand and everything
Yes, we're
across
going to
mine.
do so much more together. I can't see the countdown, but thank you so much for having me. Me and Holly are going to get together super soon and have some
Yes.
amazing. So.